Most of the summer long, I've just been in an Uncharted mood, and I really felt like reviewing them. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let's kick off this trip through memory lane by looking at where it all began, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. Our adventure begins with explorer Nathan Drake coming across the grave of his ancestor, being none other than Sir Francis Drake. Be honest, most of us know who that is because of this game. Where there should be a body, there's a diary instead, but before he can read its contents, Nate is attacked by modern-day pirates, so I guess we gotta fight him off. Pow! Bang! Genocide! Michael Bay! After escaping, we find out that inside the diary is about his voyage on the search of the lost city of El Dorado, so he decides to search for the lost city accompanied by his old friend and conman, as well as a very enthusiastic reporter. But because this is fiction, it's not quite as simple as that. Cue an epic adventure with mystery, romance, and rather a lot of bullets and explosions. Honestly, I'm willing to debate that this story is the best in the entire franchise. It's awesome, but what makes it so good? When in premise it sounds like just another Indiana Jones / Tomb Raider-esque adventure. El Dorado's mystery is incredibly interesting, with a great twist at the end, and it keeps the player intrigued as it unfolds and the darker secret is revealed. But where the story really succeeds is the characters. Okay, the villains are just sort of there, but our three mains forming the trio of Nate, Elena, and Sully are incredibly likable, and they give this journey personality and makes for some really memorable moments that make this series stand out from other adventures in the media. Presentation is also great. I'm in the minority when I say I still think the original PS3 version still looks pretty good, but the remaster is clearly the best looking version, with lots of lovely looking locales which had me whipping out the incredibly distracting photo mode every few minutes. The game also boasts some great performances and memorable music and sound design, this being the sound of nostalgia. Whilst exploring the mysterious island, some pirates will be out for blood, so Nate has to defend himself by ending their day with plenty of bullets. This is where we get to the gameplay side of things, and when I say you'll be shooting a lot, that would be something of an understatement. Whenever I discuss repetition in gaming, Drake's Fortune always comes to mind. From beginning to end, you'll have some more guys to take care of. There's plenty of instances where you'll take a few steps and look, more shooting! Most of these sections are the same. There's a couple of different enemy variants, but nothing really that I take it back! I take it back! They do really spice it up towards the end of the game, but it's very samey most of the time. In the game's defense, the shooting is a lot of fun. Now, it is very tame third-person shooter stuff. Those looking for more depth will be disappointed. There's only a few gun types and it's the simple case of aiming your weapon and opening fire. I still thoroughly enjoyed myself in the playthrough I made before this one. I tried my hardest to get headshots, which is seriously satisfying, and that 250 headshot trophy might be the best achievement I've ever gotten on my PlayStation. I won't deny that some rooms with enemies coming in from most directions gave me a lot of trouble, and it is frustrating to replay an area you were almost done with. Thankfully, you're not constantly shooting in the game. There's plenty of ruins for you to parkour on, and it's really fun. It's not particularly challenging, but they break up the shooting okay, and it's actually quite exhilarating a lot of the time. Sometimes it's hard for you to work out what exactly you can grab onto, leading to some parts of trial and error! But they're nice breaks from all the dudes murdering you have to do, even if it's rather simplistic. There are some puzzles for you to solve, albeit very few, and most are really easy. There was one that gave me a bit of trouble, but aside from that, I breezed through these parts. There's also some sections where you ride a jet ski and shoot barrels at enemies. Controlling it is a little wonky. Hey! These parts are okay. They can get annoying when you die several times, but they only pop up a couple of times in the whole campaign. You can also find treasures, but it's more a fun little thing to do whilst playing the story. I don't think I'd go back to get them all. And that's all that this game has to offer, and I have to be honest, I think it really holds up. It has its flaws, but it's still a thoroughly enjoyable experience. It's got repetitive yet still fun gameplay, an awesome story, and industry standard presentation. Some people would say you should skip this game and go straight to 2, but me personally, I highly recommend this game. One of PlayStation's most epic series has a great beginning which gets an 86%. If you can, absolutely give this game a go. I promise you won't regret it. Oh god, I'm unarmed! Backflip out of here!